Gianni Galley, I have for you roasted vegetables, chicken thighs, and an apple cider glaze all in one pan. So one of the most important things about this dish is the apple cider. I absolutely love when apple cider is in season. I love to cook with it, especially like making barbecue sauces with it. But it's a great thing to roast with. So today we're doing, sorry, somebody kind of waked us here. So today we're doing chicken thighs. I've got all of these vegetables. I've got Brussels sprouts. I've got one sweet potato, one potato. Any kind of root vegetable you like here. Rutabaga, turnip, parsnips, beets. Just mix and match it. Put any kind of root vegetable that you like. I've got carrots, and I got apples because apples are in season. We've got shallots, Brussels sprouts, and you guessed it, chicken thighs. So I am going to kind of get all of this prepared, but one thing that I want to do first is I want to get my seasoning mix made so that we can get this chicken seasoned. So I'm getting my oven turned on. I got my oven on 400 degrees. I'm doing some bacon. I am kind of winging this and making it up as we go. So I think I like the idea of the bacon, but I really don't think that it's necessary. But for our seasoning mix, I want to go really simple. So it's just a simple thing to do. And I'm going to go equal down the board, and I'm going to go half of a tablespoon of all my seasoning. So I've got garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, thyme, and ginger. Now, I will say the ginger I kind of added just because I think that just feels kind of fallish to me. I kind of like adding that ginger in there. And you could actually, if you wanted to, add some cinnamon. I think that would be really nice as well. So we got our thyme. And then our ginger. And then, of course, we're going to do our kosher salt here. Those fall spices, the gingers and the nutmegs. I mean, you could actually kind of like do your gingerbread spice here or your apple pie spice and not even do this. Just kind of substitute one of your fall spice blends with this as well. I'm going to go our kosher salt. And then I think I'll go mixed pepper here. And we'll get that in there and mixed up. And then we'll get this chicken seasoned. And when the bacon's done, we're going to brown our chicken in there where that bacon was. I don't think that was quite enough. We'll do a little bit more. So, but we're going to use this seasoning mix to season both sides of your chicken. Now, you really can't substitute a chicken breast here, but because of those vegetables, this needs to roast longer than your chicken breast was, and your chicken breast is going to get a little dry. But what you could do if you absolutely wanted to do a chicken breast is just kind of add your chicken breast the last 15 minutes of cooking. But what I have is skin on, bone in, chicken thighs, and I have 5 here. And, you know, that's the hardest thing is when people say, well, how many people does it feed? Well, I think every family is a little bit different, you know. So, because for some families, you know, this could serve 3 to 4 people. And, you know, some families might have teenage boys and it'll only serve 2. So, I kind of think that's depending on your family, how many people. So, now this is not going to take all of this because we're going to save some of this for our vegetables. So don't feel like you want to use all of this right now. So I'm just going to get both sides of my chicken done, seasoned. I'm going to start working on those vegetables. So while I'm waiting on this bacon over here to finish, I'm going to get all of my vegetables cut up, and I'm going to peel my apples. I'm going to peel my potatoes and sweet potatoes. You could leave the skin on if you want. I don't like the skin when it roasts like this on the apple, so I'm definitely going to peel all of that. And for the Brussels sprouts, If they're kind of small like this, I'll probably leave them whole, and if they're bigger, I'll cut them in half. But I'm going to get all my vegetables in a bowl and tossed with the remainder of that seasoning blend. And I'm going to cut these vegetables in what I like to think of as like a nice bite-sized piece. So I'm not going to do it half or a quarter, but a nice bite-sized piece. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. Kind of like we're doing a beef stew or something like that. So I'm going to get all of this peeled and cut into our bowl here. Keep an eye on my bacon. And then we'll be right back. All right, so we've got all of those vegetables. Isn't that a beautiful sight? And we're going to add the rest of that seasoning mix and give those a toss. And we're going to set those aside. We're going to come down here and start this on the stove. We're going to start by searing that chicken. So we're going to do that down here at the stove. Now, if you don't have the bacon grease, then we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of avocado oil in here. But I have the bacon, so I'm going with that. Make sure that's evenly distributed. And we're going to do a good 3 to 4 minutes aside just to get this nice and brown. So I have mine on high heat. I think it doesn't feel like it. Oh, maybe I don't. There we go. Now we're playing with fire. So 3 to 4 minutes of side. So I'm going to do 1.5 cups apple cider. And to that, I'm going to do 1/3 cup brown sugar. Tablespoon of soy sauce. And you know, I always use the tamari because the tamari is gluten-free. So if you have to keep yours gluten-free, then you're definitely going to want to use the tamari. I'm going to do a tablespoon of a nice whole grain mustard, spicy brown mustard, some kind of mustard. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to do a little maple syrup. I think that sounds like a nice addition. We'll do a tablespoon of maple syrup. And then drop down to a teaspoon of Worcestershire. And stir that up. We're going to get that nice and mixed up. And we'll get us a plate to put this chicken in. Not quite there. And I think I've upped my oven to 4 1/4. I think I'm going to up that a little bit. All right, so we're going to give these a flip, and then we're going to go another 4 minutes on the other side. And then we've got our shallots. Now I did like 3 or 4 shallots. I'm just going to give them a little sear. Just for a minute. I'm not really going to cook them. I'm just going to give them a little bit of a sear. And then we have, I would say a good tablespoon of garlic. All right, so I'm going to pull that chicken out, set it aside. Turn this down a little bit. And then I'm going to do those shallots just down like this. Just a couple minutes. I just want to kind of sear the bottoms of them. Honestly, I think you could just toss these with your vegetables and do them. But I love these shallots when they're roasted like this. Just kind of whole and roasted. So just a couple minutes. Kind of like the chicken. We just want a little brown. So they just kind of start to get brown like that. I'm going to add this garlic. I'm just going to shoot that around there just for a minute. I don't want that to burn. This pan is really hot. That's going to burn really quick. And then that juice that we made, in we go. And then all of those vegetables that we tossed in all of that seasoning, we're going to add in there. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to mix those all up in there. Get them all coated in that cider mixture that we made. Don't they look beautiful? And then back in with that chicken. Now you could nestle some fresh thyme in here if you had it. Set those right on top. In the oven we go. At least 25 minutes, maybe 30. I'm at 25 minutes. I'm going to have a peek and see how, oh, it looks beautiful. I'm going to temp my chicken. I want my chicken at 165. And I'm just going to kind of stick my vegetables, make sure that they're done. Oh, doesn't that carrot look good? I'm going to have to sneak one of those. But let's see what temperature our chicken is at. Oh yeah, chicken is good to go. Potatoes. I think the potatoes could use a few more minutes. So I think what I might do is just pull this chicken out. It needs to rest anyway. It's good for it to rest. I think I'm going to pull this chicken out. And then I'm going to pop these back in. Give them a stir. Pop these back in for about another 5 minutes. I like them just a little more soft than that. Give them a stir. Oh, the smell. We're going to go back in. In fact, I'll crank the oven up. Now, if you use the bacon, because you don't have to use the bacon, but if you use the bacon, what I did was chop some up here, and I'm kind of going to sprinkle that over the top. So, what I would do to serve this is, this is what you don't want to miss. And I would put that over my chicken and my vegetables. Sprinkle that with some of that bacon. And there you have it. How delicious and beautiful does that look? It just screams one pot fall meal. Now I am going to, of course, taste. I want to taste the sweet potato. I love sweet potatoes. It's going to be hot. We did good. We absolutely did good. So here you have it. One pan. All the fall vegetables. Mix and match them. Whatever you like to do. Chicken, apple cider. It's delicious. Let me know if you make it. Let me know what you think. I think it's beautiful. I think it's tasty. I'm going to go eat mine now. See you guys later. Thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.